How did TWISTA become financially free? We will be diving into his music and investments. Starting with some background, TWISTA, born Carl Terrell Mitchell, is a 48-year-old Chicago-based music artist who first started to gain traction in the music industry during 1992 under the name Tung TWISTA. TWISTA started rapping at the age of 12 and at one point was the Guinness World Record holder for the fastest MC, pronouncing 11.2 syllables per second. He also is a ventriloquist, able to make his puppets rap just as fast as him. TWISTA would become a well-respected artist with great talents and would capitalize on success from his consistent efforts towards music. That would allow him to venture off and build a business outside of music. Before we talk about TWISTA's investments, we need to talk about his music and label. Going into music, TWISTA has released 29 projects throughout his life, of which 10 are studio albums. On his fourth studio album in 2004, TWISTA would finally achieve platinum status with Kamikaze. He is also now platinum with his 1997 Adrenaline Rush and gold from his 2005 The Day After. Consistently releasing quality music is what led to that eventual major blow up that would not only pay off in sales but would create a loyal fan base interested in TWISTA as a brand. As for his label situation, TWISTA originally signed with Loud Records for his 1992 album Running Off at the Mouth, but would be dropped after the album underperformed. He would then sign to the independent label Creator's Way in 1997, which is where he would end up having some legal issues with the label. He formed his own label Legit Ballin' in 1999 in an attempt to maneuver out of his deal, which caused a lawsuit and eventual settlement that did cause him to miss out on a deal with Diddy and Bad Boy Records. That may have been a good thing for TWISTA though, because he would then sign a 50-50 publishing deal with Atlantic Records, which is major because TWISTA then was able to maintain ownership of his songs while profit sharing with the label, maximizing sales along the way. So when TWISTA released his famous Kamikaze album in 2004 that went platinum, TWISTA maintained ownership of that album and all albums after, which was a hard thing to achieve during that time period. In 2009, TWISTA would go fully independent with his label Get Money Gang Entertainment, where he is still releasing new music. When it comes to music, the biggest move made by TWISTA came from retaining ownership on a major label by building up leverage from years of releasing music. When the time came and he had a major break going platinum for the first time in 2004, he maintained ownership and cashed in then and for years to come. That is what opened up opportunities in my favorite section, and that is investments. As for investments, one investment I want to talk about is into the hat manufacturing company Legendary MFG Co. The company distributes various hat styles including snapbacks, wide brims, flight hats, and many more both online and through retail locations. Legendary does have a partnership with the retail chain Lids, which is big for the company as that is a top player in the hat retail world. Good for TWISTA as he can be an outside partner watching the company grow. One thing TWISTA has been open to publicly is his failures in investing, which he learned from and others can learn from as well. This came from him opening both a barber shop and a clothing shop, which he fully owned. It is not easy being a business owner, especially when you have a lot on your plate running multiple businesses, which did eventually lead to both of those failing in the mid-2000s. This would cause him to take his money used for opening new businesses and just focus on building up his independent label, Get Money Gang, which was a smart move because that is a business he has consistent success in and could expand more while maintaining ownership. Learn from your failures. TWISTA throughout his career has also had many partnerships with companies like Reebok, Kerpa Auction House, and CoverGirl. Having partnerships with these large companies comes from TWISTA building his name up as a brand, so when his name is attached to a product, it will sell. Overall, when it comes to investments, TWISTA has learned from his failures and found ways to capitalize on his success, whether that is investing in an existing company or using his personal brand to sell products. He also has talked about managing money through securities like stocks and bonds, which is an added bonus to TWISTA's successful career. This leads me to the question, what is next for TWISTA? As for music, I think we will continue to get new music released by him as he is pretty consistent on that, whether that is singles, features, or full-length albums. He has been independent for over 10 years now, so I don't think that will change anytime soon, as that is a big money maker for him, especially since he owns his music while he was signed to a major label. For investments, I think we will see more partnerships be announced as the TWISTA brand is a good name to have alongside your company. I would like to hear more about investments into startup or existing companies, which I definitely would cover on my channel. What What is next for TWISTA? Continuing to capitalize on success of ownership. In summary, TWISTA consistently put in both quality and quantity with his music in the early 90s, which built him the leverage he needed to take full control of his career while making millions along the way. Things were not always easy, whether it was label issues or watching your business fail, but those were lessons that TWISTA learned from to better manage his money and find better wins. TWISTA is a master of his craft, and he knew that building up his leverage for ownership would be what he needed to live his life financially free. And that is how TWISTA became financially free. I hope you found this video informational. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, as well as let me know who I should talk about next. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.